Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Self-serving bias occurs when you overestimate your role in your positive outcomes and you overestimate the power of external factors in your negative outcomes. For example, I've had many clients who've been terminated. Most of them mostly blame externals, their boss, coworkers, the company, being the, quote, wrong race or gender, or some other form of bad luck. I've had many clients who have divorced. Most of them mainly blame their spouse. I've had clients whose life has not overall been successful. They too tend to overemphasize the externals. They're bad parents, a harsh teacher, a bad peer group or romantic partner. More than a few have said something like, I'm just one of those people who generally have been unlucky. Well, now how about you? Self-serving bias occurs automatically. It's a heuristic, that's a fancy word for a brain shortcut, that leads to our feeling more comfortable. But here, I'm going to invite you to slow down, breathe, and consider in a statesman-like way the extent to which you have succumbed to self-serving bias. Number one, there'll be 6 questions. Number one, think about your work-life successes, past and present. Would a fair-minded observer conclude that you deserve most of the credit? For example, that you've been intelligent, hardworking, developed your skills, and shown emotional intelligence. Would that observer say that your success was mostly a matter of externals, for example, lucking into good jobs? Question 2. Think about your work-life failures, past and present. Would a fair-minded observer conclude that you deserve most of the failure, most of the blame? For example, your performance and attitude on jobs have been subpar. Would that observer conclude that your failures have mostly been a matter of externals, for example, a workplace or a boss that you couldn't have predicted would be bad? Question 3. Think about your personal life's successes, past and present. Would a fair-minded observer conclude that you deserve most of the credit? For example, you carefully curate partnerships, romantic and platonic, and you cut your losses on your bad decisions. You've tried out various recreational options and again, made the most of the good ones and cut your losses on the bad ones, the ill-fitting ones. Would that observer say that your success was mainly a matter of externals? For example, let me think about that a minute. That you just happened to meet somebody good or happened upon a recreational activity that clicked for you. Question 4. Think about your relationship failures, not just relationships. Think about your personal life failures, past and present. Would a fair-minded observer conclude that you deserve most of the blame? Would that observer say that your failures were mostly caused by externals, for example, just not happening upon the right people or activities? Question 5. Now think about your overall life's successes, looking at your life in total, past and present, of course. Would a fair-minded observer conclude that you deserve most of the credit? For example, have you tended to make good things happen for you? Have you appropriately delayed gratification? Have you learned from failures? Have you avoided major landmines? Would that observer say that your overall life success has mainly been caused by externals? You're a lucky person, for example, tending to be at the right place at the right time, or just happen to be a member of the desired or a desired demographic group. And question 6, the final question. Think about your overall life failures, past and present. Would a fair-minded observer conclude that you deserve most of the blame? For example, you've tended to be lazy, or have long had a substance abuse problem, or tend to be unduly negative about most things. Would that observer say that your life's overall lack of success has mainly been caused by externals? For example, early trauma that happened to you being a member of the wrong demographic group, or just the economic system. Now, take a moment to review your answers with those clear eyes of yours. Does that make you want to do anything different regarding your work life or your personal life? Or does your review deserve a pat on the back? You're quite realistic about your role in your accomplishments and your failures. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.